Geico office in West Seneca.
Yeah, have Ty and Nicholas share a mic. You guys want to be close to the mic when you talk.
By Mineo and Sapio Italian Sausage. Taste the dips quality makes. And by Dead Neurologic Institute, developing solutions to neurological problems faced in our community.
Good morning and welcome inside High School Sports. I'm your host, Tony Caligiuri, along with Frank Wolf and Francis Beck of Western New York Athletics. Roger Weiss, our troublemaker, is at the BCNY, right, Frank?
That's exactly where he is, and he has something for everybody here. Morning, y'all.
Yes, yes. Oh, I get it even when he's not here.
Yeah, he's down there right now. The boys just beat Nassau 78-76. That's the Western New York representatives, and the girls, I believe, are getting ready to play. Excuse me, they just lost to a team from Rochester. But Scythian Ryan had 14 points, Ella Wanzer 11, Danny Haskell had 10. So Roger's down there following BCANY. You can follow them at Twitter at BCANY for all of the actions.
Now, where are they playing?
Good question, Tony. Somewhere in New York State, down, I believe, near Binghamton, in that area.
That sounds about right, yeah.
So he has to go through Rochester to get there, right?
He's definitely going through Rochester, too. And
Why do you think he's going to go through Rochester?
Oh, I don't know. Food?
A certain garbage plate that he enjoys? I think we need to launch an investigation on this one, Francis.
Nothing sounds appealing about that garbage plate. I'm just going to be totally honest here.
That's okay.
Doesn't sound appealing one way at all.
I enjoy it.
But the
Maybe
point
it's
is,
just
it's
my
all
memories.
good stuff wrapped together.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But enjoy, Roger. We'll catch you next week. And in fact, next week, I believe we're going to have Dick Gallagher in studio. We're going to start our fall preview, our football preview.
Yeah, do you believe it's almost here?
I won't be
It's
here.
crazy.
I'll be south of the Mason-Dixon. I told you I'm off next week. Right?
Yeah.
I put in for a vacation day.
You're good.
Thank you.
Have fun. All right. Before we get into news and notes, what we're going to talk about today is we have a couple of guests in today, and we're going to talk with Mike Esposito about pediatric cancer awareness and Baby Sean. A lot of people in the Niagara Falls area know who Baby Sean is, so we're going to talk to Mike about that in a little bit. We're also going to talk about Caps baseball, Caps Hot Shots basketball. We'll let you in on that. That's a special organization. We'll tell you about that in the second segment. We also have three young men that we're going to talk to about a very special championship that they won. So that's coming up in just a little bit. Francis, news and notes, my friend.
Big shout out, courtesy of Tom Prince, making me aware of this. The Western New York Titans 12-year-old baseball team made it all the way to Cooperstown this week in the finals.
Pretty
in their
amazing.
bracket. Yeah. Once in a lifetime experience.
The 5th annual Section 6 Hall of Fame class has been announced. Charles D. Amo, from an administrator's role from Hamburg. Matt Anderson, the volleyball player from West Seneca West. Fred Barone, posthumously from Niagara Wheatfield. He was an administrator there. Fred Bartha, coach from Niagara Wheatfield. Mary Brins Foyle, a contributor from Hamburg. We all know she is. Armand Ace Cacciatore, the famous coach from Niagara Wheatfield.
Yeah.
Just now he's going in. He should have been a first ballot.
Yeah.
Mary Dembro, athlete from Akron. Jim Horn, another athlete from Emerson, Buffalo Public School. Terrence McMahon, coach from Orchard Park. Todd Miller from Sweet Home. Tim Nobles, a coach from Pine Valley. And Dave Thomas, an administrator from the Buffalo Public Schools. Congratulations from
My
them.
man Dave, congrats.
The ceremony will be December 7th at the Collins Banquet. Inaugural Kamal Patel Memorial Rugby Scholarship Award winner goes to Jason Messing from Grand Island, a 4-year member of the club there. He was a captain last year, 92 overall average. He's attending St. Bonaventure University in the fall. That's all I have.
Outstanding. You guys recall last Saturday, and how would you describe my my mood last Saturday, Frank?
Pins and needles.
Pins and
Nervous.
needles, because we were getting ready to play a playoff game where the winner would go on to play for the Mayor's Cup, which is Niagara Falls City Championship, and that's for the Majors House Division. So we play after the show, had some time to kill, and then I think was it 4 o'clock we played? So 4 o'clock we go out there, we win 10-1, I believe it was, and then Coach Sal and Ty had leave for vacation, leaving us like, wait a minute, we got a championship game to play here on Monday. Monday comes, and I was a complete train wreck all day. You can imagine, you know how bad I was Saturday? It was like 10 times worse on Monday.
Well, I was listening at 9:30, and you could tell there was something going on.
Yeah,
You weren't
I couldn't
yourself.
focus. It was all I could think about. So we get out there and we played Whirlpool for the Mayor's Cup. And it was nice. They had Mayor Paul Deister was there. They had Councilman Toma throughout the first pitch. Then I find out his son is on the Whirlpool team. And this is a real good Whirlpool team that everybody's praising about and telling us how great they are. And we just went out and won 13-0. No big deal. So nice championship win for the Cayuga Cubs. So we have Johnny Esposito, Ty Mangione, and my son Nick Caligieri in studio to talk about what it's like to win championship. Johnny, I want to start with you. I mean, when did you start playing baseball?
I started playing baseball, probably 8 years ago. First year T-ball. Wasn't very good. I was probably like 4 years old.
Wow, so you really started young.
Yeah.
So, and you've been together with these kids, and you've known your teammates for a long time. You guys have played.
Yeah.
You know, some of you, maybe taking a year off, but Sal Mangione has done a great job in keeping you guys pretty
Yeah.
much together. And you know, they do a draft every year, and he likes to keep the same kids
Yeah.
that he's been comfortable with. And it's you, Ty, and Anthony Savino, Connor Morris, Gunnar Krupa. Just the whole
Yeah.
lot of you guys. So you guys have been together for a while. You guys have played for championships before, but you never won it, did you?
No, I haven't. About 2 years ago, I think, I broke my toe, so I could not play in that.
Oh, real good. That's what good job. Break your toe before the championship.
Yeah,
Sure.
I was very mad, and we lost in the championship, so I was even more mad about that.
Now those championships were just for the house. It wasn't for the Mayor's Cup,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. not
Okay.
just for
Now the
us.
Mayor's Cup doesn't start until the majors. So with the minors, when you guys were down there, they didn't have it. It's just a house championship
Yeah.
that you guys did. So you guys are used to winning, but you didn't get to bring home the whole thing. Now you did it. You
Yeah.
got the trophy. What does it feel? How does it feel?
It feels awesome. And my dad never won that, so I get to brag that in.
Whoa, bing! Shot at Dad.
Yeah, just the excitement of playing. I wish Ty and Coach Shell could have been there, but it was awesome.
We did it for them, and it was funny is as the game was going on, I had promised Sal that I would try and keep him updated.
Yeah.
But I have duties during the game. I'm out there, plus I'm a nervous wreck. So I was checking my phone, and then I told him, we went up 2-0. He goes, yeah, I know already. I'm like, wait a minute, how? And it turns out your dad was giving him play-by-play as the game was going on. So
Yeah.
that was pretty cool, and you got to raise the trophy afterwards, and the celebration and celebrating with your friends had to mean a lot.
Yeah, I did. Very fun.
Ty Mangione, I know they had to kill you on Monday not to be there. You've been one of the stalwarts all year at third base, one of our big bats that we had, and let me set that back because people are saying, wait a minute, how could you schedule a vacation when you have a championship on the line? Well, in all fairness, Coach Sal thought the season would be over by now. Due to scheduling problems that we had, so kind of dragged on. Plus, you guys didn't want it spilling over and missing too much time for football because you guys are also part of our football team.
Yeah.
Now, you win Saturday. You were really excited. What was the ride like going on vacation, knowing that you were going to miss the game on Monday?
Well, I really thought that we were gonna not really I was kind of nervous because didn't know what was gonna happen in the game. Didn't know if Connor was gonna hit a grand slam, if he was gonna strike out, and it was very frustrating.
And during the game, so it's 6 o'clock on Monday. You guys were in Maryland, and were you sitting right next to your dad, waiting for the updates?
Yeah, I was sitting right on my bed next to him, and
What-
he was reading his phone.
When the first update came in, Connor Morris hits a home run. I think it was a 2-run shot, if I'm not mistaken. So we go up 2-0. Your thoughts?
We were so excited. We kind of thought that we were gonna win. Also, it was like when like Derek Jeter hits a home run in MLB.
Mm-hmm. And when Connor hit the grand slam, now that puts us up 6-0. Were you feeling at ease?
Yeah. But I was just laying on my bed then, just listening to my dad reading off the text messages.
Was he going bonkers?
Yeah.
Were you guys screaming?
No.
And then when the game ended, and which, by the way, it caught me by surprise in the 5th inning. You know, because I was hoping to do either a Facebook Live or I was going to call Sal up and do play-by-play as the final. Then they said, no, game is over. And I had to go out immediately and hand out the trophy, so I didn't get the chance to call you. But that's what I wanted to do, and it didn't go that way. But hey, I was just happy that you guys won. Watching the reaction of your teammates was amazing. They were jumping and screaming and going crazy. So now you come back. You got to hold the Mayor's Cup trophy this morning. How did that feel?
Felt like,
That's a pretty big trophy.
yeah. Felt like we just won the World Series.
So you're a happy camper right now.
Yeah.
All right, Nicholas Caligiuri, my son. One of the reasons why I'm so excited is you got to experience a championship win, and you got to do it a year before I did when I was a kid. When I was 11, and I didn't want to tell you this before the game, but when I was 11, we lost the championship, and it was the most heartbreaking thing. I remember crying my eyes out. It was Shoshone Savages lost to Amherst Bills, I believe their name was at the time. And it was last play of the game. Dane Hightower had a chance to go into the end zone, but it didn't get in, and we lose the game. So I didn't want to tell you that. I didn't want you to feel nervous and thinking, oh, I could be crying at the end of this. So it wasn't until I was 12 that I got to experience, or no, 13, that I got to experience a championship with when we got a little bit older. How does it feel for you to win a championship?
It feels very good to win a championship. After last year with the Cobras, we only had like 2 wins. I didn't even know if we were gonna win I didn't know if I was gonna win a championship for like a long time. And now I decided to play baseball, and then we had a good team, and we won it.
One of the things, and I told the story to some people recently about this Cubs team, and Coach Sal Mangione can back me up on this. This is a special group of kids in the fact that they backed each other up all year. They were each other's best friends all year. They cheered each other on like crazy. They played together as a team. There was no me, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It was from top to bottom of the order, everybody rooted each other on, and I thought that was very special. Once again, congratulations to you guys on an outstanding season, and it was a pleasure to coach you guys this year. Sal, always a pleasure to be with you, whether we're coaching baseball or football. I love having you out, being next to you. He gets me in more trouble, you guys have no idea. But anyway, congratulations to the Cayuga Cubs. 2018 Mayor's Cup champions, Majors Division in Niagara Falls. All right, now we're going to transition and we're going to bring on Mike Esposito. And Mike started talking to me about this during baseball season earlier in the year, and his involvement with pediatric cancer awareness. And he sent me a cool video, and it was about baby Sean, who has terminally ill cancer. He got to meet his heroes, Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. In fact, Steph Curry hits the winning shot at the end of the game to clinch it for Golden State. Not like there's ever any drama with Golden State, they're so good, but tell us a little bit about baby Sean, Mike.
Yeah, baby Sean is a 7-year-old boy. 3 years ago, he was diagnosed with diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma, DIPG. This is a cancerous brain tumor, and unfortunately, the doctors cannot operate on the tumor. It's in the stem of the brain, which is the most primitive part of the brain, and he's terminal. No kid has ever recovered from it. Tony, your kid, my kids could get. I have 5 children. Anyone's kid could get DIPG at any time. It's extremely serious, obviously, and we're just hoping for a miracle. We have a prayer intention into Father Baker. He needs one more miracle to be canonized, so we're hoping this is the miracle. But yeah, it was I read about Baby Sean a couple of years ago. Everyone was talking about him, and I read that his idol was Steph Curry. And I'm fortunate enough to know Steve Kerr, the head coach of the Golden State Warriors. So I just called Steve, and Steve did the rest. And it was really, really, I mean, the Warriors went so much above and beyond. They spent an hour and a half before the game and about an hour after the game with Sean, showing him around, eating dinner with him and his brother. It was
It's
something-
amazing.
Yeah, it was truly amazing what they did.
You consider the level, I mean, Steph Curry may be one of the most recognizable names in the NBA, and for someone like
sports.
that to take the
In
time
sports,
out.
really.
Yeah,
Above and beyond the NBA.
it's amazing. You're telling me about, there's not much money being allocated to, you know, whether it's cures or doing anything to help these kids.
Yeah, that's the thing. When we came back from Miami on the trip, you know, I promised Nicole, Sean's mother, that I would help her raise awareness to pediatric cancer because I had no idea about it, and she didn't need it before Sean got sick. So we decided to have a walk. This is our third year of the walk, and the reason why we're trying to raise awareness, if people don't realize, pediatric cancer only gets 4% of all federal funding, which is pennies. The government spent $16 billion on space exploration last year, and only $150 million on pediatric cancer. Doctors said that, you know, if we could find a cure for what Sean has, DIPG, we could find a cure for almost all cancers. Big pharmaceuticals don't even bother finding cures because not enough kids are dying. Over 2,500 kids are in fact dying every year, but it's not enough to make money, so they don't bother finding cures. These are facts. I'm not saying this. Some medical professionals, doctors are saying this. I could go on about it, and it's sad. So that's why we're having this walk to raise awareness.
It's mind-boggling that we can't do stuff and do more. Golden Steps Walk and is what you guys are getting involved with. Now you have already UB men's and women's teams involved. You're looking to get the high schools involved now, and we've talked about this. You know, high schools love getting involved, and they do Bald for Bucks. They do all kinds of. They wear pink during breast cancer awareness. How does the high schools get involved? How could they help you, Mike?
You know, Tony, we're looking for any team, like you said, you know, UB men's team, UB women's team, been so supportive, NCCC, Billy Beeline's team, men's basketball team has been involved. We're just looking for high schools to get involved. They could reach out to me. My phone number is 579-3748. They could reach out to you.
Tony at WGR550.com. I'm on Facebook. You can hit me up there.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give out 15 free golden shoelaces to the first coach who calls me. The gold is the color of pediatric awareness. And we're really just looking for any high school, football, soccer, lacrosse. You know, so many high schools do reach out, but I know there are a lot of programs who don't really do anything for the community. You know, so many people talk about professional athletes, how they don't do enough. You know, what are high school teams doing? Like I said, I know a lot of people, a lot of coaches do things, but just think of every high school program, every team just did one thing for the community, just one. There's a million things they could do. They could get involved with St. Luke's Mission of Mercy in Buffalo, community missions in Buffalo. They could do food pantries, go to a cancer walk, a breast cancer walk, a pediatric cancer walk. So here's your chance, coaches, you know, athletic directors, hopefully you're listening, and it'd be really good, and we really need you to get involved in this walk.
Again, how do they contact you?
My phone number is 716-579-3748. My email is that's Michael Esposito at nfschools.net.
So there you have it. Now the walk is Saturday, September 1st, Niagara Falls State Park, is it?
Niagara Falls, yeah, right where the Maid of the Mist. We're going to meet right where the Maid of the Mist is, right to the left of the Maid of the Mist.
And what time are you guys getting together?
The president will have a little press conference from 7 to 7:30, and the walk we'll have a little entertainment. Walk will start right about 8 o'clock.
So there you have it. Get involved. Get a hold of Mike Esposito. I mean, this is, I can't come up with words to describe my feelings right now. And first of all, the sadness what these kids have to go through. But if you can make some little kid's life a little bit better, do it. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Mike, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Tony, really appreciate you bringing me on your show today.
Absolute pleasure. All right, when we come back from the break, we're going to talk about Caps baseball and Caps Hot Shot basketball program. First heard about this several years ago. One of the coaches that I worked with at Black Rock Riverside had contacted me and said, hey, Tony, you know, we'd like to promote this. And I've had them on before. They do wonderful work with these kids, and we'll tell you all about that and more on Inside High School Sports. York Athletics. Roger is out on assignment. He'll be back next week. Follow up on what we were talking about in the last segment with Mike Esposito. If you go lace up for pediatric cancer, go for thegold.org. If you go there, the proceeds go for Brian Mormon's organization, which is Go for the Goal.
The punt.
The punt, yeah, and then Go for the Goal. So either or, this is how you get a hold of them, and these are pretty cool laces.
Yeah, very cool. And like Mike said in the previous segment, the first 15 coaches from Western New York that reach out to Mike Esposito, he will fit all their kids with those laces, so they can wear the gold laces on when they play the games Friday or Saturday. Those would look really sharp on football cleats, I think.
And if Roger was here, he would say that would be perfect for Kensington colors. There you go, Raj. I got that in there for you, buddy. All right, we're going to talk about Caps now. We have Kevin Schrader in here from Caps, and this is Kevin, I found out about your organization a few years back. Liz and Jim Rogan, who I coached with at Black Rock Riverside, their son JP has been involved in Caps for several years, and every year I see the pictures of him. He's either playing baseball or basketball, and I see this big smile on his face, and he's so happy to be out there. You know, his brothers are great athletes, played football and hockey for McKinley. They were both standouts, and if anybody's not familiar, CAPS is a unique organization that offers sports and social activities to children and young adults with physical and mental development disabilities that may be hard for them to find elsewhere. We provide safe, nurturing, and supportive activities and the opportunities throughout the entire year to this group of inspiring kids and young adults so that they may pursue active lifestyles through physical fitness and competitive athletics. Cap, that's outstanding, just right there in a nutshell. Outstanding stuff there. Yeah, I mean, you guys do everything. Is there any sport that you're not playing?
Right now, no. Matter of fact, this past winter we just added volleyball. We started playing some volleyball with a big old beach ball, and the kids love that. So we're going to try to expand on that this winter too.
Is there any one sport that the kids like to gravitate more towards?
Baseball. Baseball's our biggest program, but in the end, the kids love their basketball. We at the end of the winter season, we play what we call our Hot Shots game.
Right.
We go to a local high school and we actually have a competitive game, you know, with cheerleaders and it's a big event and the kids love it.
They do. They absolutely have a blast, and it's great because physical fitness is so important. And when you have kids with disabilities, sometimes it's very difficult to get and to be able to do active things. And you guys are able to provide that for them.
The wonderful thing about the program is that these athletes is the support and the love they show for each other. It's just amazing. You don't see it anyplace else. And I can sit here, talk, but you really need to come out and see these kids. They're amazing.
Tony, I learned about this program last winter. Dave Rickey did an article for the Tonawanda Sun, and he's done them before. But this is the first one that caught my eye, and I had a chance to go out and witness the Hot Shots basketball game at Sweet Home High School. I believe they've had it there the last couple of years, so Sweet Home does a really good job. They donate the gym, and it's just the gym was packed. The gym was packed with families and friends and just contributors and supporters of the organization, and it really was one of the best events I've been at the entire year. I gotta say that, all the high school games I go out to Syracuse for the football state championship. This was, to me, the best event all year long, and I encourage anyone to take a shot at going and just watching and supporting this organization. It's wonderful.
Roughly about how many athletes do you guys have involved with CAPS?
We're doing about 100 kids during baseball, and right now we're about 80 to 85 kids in our winter program, which we run right after baseball through the end of April.
And what are some of the things that you guys are able to do? I mean, first, funding. I mean, this can't be cheap. How do you guys get funding?
We're a total nonprofit. We depend on donations. Our biggest and longest contributor have been Variety Club. The women of Variety have been supportive of us for a long time. We're always looking for sponsors. This matter of fact, this Tuesday we have a mini fundraiser for ourselves. We have a basket auction at our baseball game on Tuesday and at Franklin Street on the Boys and Girls Club, City of Tonawanda.
It's August 7th, Tuesday night. So what is an outsider, someone who's not really involved with the program, what can I can go to this event and do what?
You can buy baskets, you can, well, basically baskets. It's just as many fundraisers, buy baskets, you can come out, check the program out, which is really what it's about. Once you start seeing this program, you're gonna wanna support it.
So if I say had I don't know, a Rasmus Dahlin jersey and you would wanna raffle that off, that's something you could
Oh,
probably
we'll
use.
take a donation anytime.
Francis, I think we may have one. WNY, we've been trying to get to our 5,000th follower. We haven't got there. We're still a good 250 away. You can have the jersey. The jersey is all yours. Just let us
Thank
know where to
you.
drop
Thank
it
you
off,
very
and you
much.
can raffle that off. It's not signed, but it is a brand new Dallin jersey. It is a Sabres jersey, that the same one that Rasmus would wear on any game night.
Oh, we totally appreciate it, thank you.
Outstanding stuff, Frank. And if anybody out there listening and you're saying, hey, you know, I maybe I can't make it, but I'd like to send a check and help Caps out, you can send it to Caps Inc., 133 Newell Avenue, Tonawanda, New York, 14150, or you can go online, capswesternnewyork.com, and that'll get you there. Could they also, if people that maybe they have a child that wants to get involved, could they require more information through the website, or are they better off just calling you?
They can call me at 418-3698. Or you can check out us on the website, you can check us out at our website, which is www.capswodny.com. And then you can also check us out on Facebook, and like us on Facebook.
Outstanding. Getting the kid in, like, you know, do you ever find that parents are a little hesitant to want to let their kids participate in this? Maybe they're afraid of injury, maybe they're afraid of their child being let down, or some sort of emotional distress over it?
I don't see that very often, but they're hesitant first to see, you know, like you said, we're not ultra competitive. And like I said, the other thing is that these kids take care of each other. And once they're there, they find comfort, and it's great from there on.
So clearly designed for them to go out there and have fun and to be able to get physical activity.
Yes, it is.
Go ahead, Frank.
Kevin, your daughter, you brought both your daughters here with you, Amber and Megan. Amber participates in the program. Megan, you're on the board, I understand.
Yes.
What's your role with Caps?
Don't be shy.
I'm just on the board, and I try to put like my input on how we can make the program better, or like things that we can add for the kids to make it more enjoyable. But to add on like what my dad said about the children, I don't think that any of them come very nervous, or if they do, I've seen actually a lot of them crack out of their shells. Some of them are so outgoing now. When they showed up, they were so shy and they didn't want to talk to anyone. But after like a day of coming, they make so many friends, and it's awesome.
I like that. I
I was
like
gonna
that a
say,
lot.
I've been lucky, I do the rookies, so I get them when they come in first, the little ones, and to see them grow up, and to see them to go into the young adult, it's amazing. The transition, the change.
Are there things that you could do, like your daughter just said, about coming out of their shell when you get somebody like that, and how to get them to warm up to the others?
Well, we usually do like more one-on-one. We get, in the winter, we actually break it down where we have the younger kids, so we separate them. We actually do like a transition. Where baseball, they come in and they come in as one group. Where we try to get them into the fall program, winter program, and they come in as rookies, and we can kind of work more one-on-one with them. And a lot of times, as you find out, they know each other. They know each other from schools or Special Olympics or other programs in Western New York.
Do they come from all over Western New York, or are you getting them specifically from?
No, we're from all Western New York, but you know, like I said, it's tough. You know, that's one of the things is I believe we're the only program that offers a year-round activity with, like I said, we do dances, we do Christmas parties, we do movie nights, usually once a year we have a reptile guy come in and do a show for us. So we're year-round. We're not only sports, we promote
A lot of social activities, and
so they can grow personally.
Now I can see why they support each other so much, because they're around each other and they're doing other things besides the sports. So, and that's the great thing too, developing friendships. people that they could relate to, talk to, and be with, and feel comfortable.
I was gonna say, you come out to our program, you'll see more hugs on one night than you'll see the whole year round.
I like that.
Now, Amber, I remember at the Hot Shots game, you were on Team Blue. You had a couple of dunks, if I remember correctly.
I try everything I do.
Excellent. You know, and it's not easy, and it's not easy. I'm sure it's not easy to coach them and guide them. So you guys and your staff obviously probably put in a lot of work, and you should be commended for that. But I would imagine at the end of the day, when you're looking at it, you probably have a big smile on your face when you're looking out at there and you see these kids enjoying themselves.
I tell people that no matter how bad of a day you have, if you can't go out in there into that gym or out on the baseball fields and walk away smiling, there's something wrong.
Yeah, there is.
There's something definitely wrong with you.
Yeah, you definitely have some wires not connected. I can see that for sure.
No, but Tony, like I said, they have their benefit, or not a benefit, but a basket raffle on August 7th that's coming up this week. Again, we're going to bring that Dallin jersey over to you guys to raffle off, and hopefully you guys can, you guys have a nice turnout. And there's a baseball game going on at the same time?
Yes,
Okay.
we have 4 games going on.
You have 4 games. And again, the age limit here, what's the youngest member and who would the oldest member be? Because I believe there was like a 30, 40-year-old guy out there.
Oh, we go.
Well, JP's not young, so I imagine. I haven't seen him in a long time, but I know JP's not young.
I'm not young either, so.
I'm not
No,
young either.
I was gonna say, right now, we're trying out about 5 or 6 is probably the best. We're trying to transition a young lady. She's gonna be turning 4, which is, it's a little tougher, but we give the parent a chance. I believe in letting the parent give it a shot. If they don't, if it doesn't work out, we return their money, but we're trying to transition one right now with, and we go up to, I believe we have young men into their 40s now. And they've been there since
Day one, probably.
day one, yes.
Would you recommend parents who are interested in getting their child involved, come watch, come check it out, scope out the facility, and just watch a game, watch how you guys do things?
Well, when I do get phone calls, that's what I say. I tell them, I can talk to you all you want. Just come on out, check it out, and that'll sell you.
It'll sell the child, that's for sure.
Yes, it will.
Outstanding. Well, guys, thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. Again, if you need to contact Kevin Schrader, 418-3698. Caps and capital letters, 133 Newell Avenue, Tonawanda, New York, 14150, or go to www.capswesternnewyork.com. Everything's right there for you guys. Like them on Facebook. You want to donate, you got a basket you want to donate, that's more than welcome, or just come out. Give out some dates of events coming up, games that if anybody wants to come watch.
We play every Tuesday night in the city of Tonawanda at the Boys and Girls Club on Franklin Street. We're there every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock till about 8 o'clock. And then a big event coming up is our end-of-year banquet, and that's September 11th. And then we transition over to our fall sport. We're either gonna do, we actually started, I believe the first special needs, we started introduction of football about 3 years ago.
Like flag football?
Well, we're actually doing football drills, and this year we're gonna try to transition into a flag football game. So
Nice.
it's gonna be interesting, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Maybe contact the Bills, get involved with that Play 60. I know the Buffalo Bills are heavily involved with flag football. They recruited all of our NISA teams that we have in Little League, and we participated this past year. So best of luck to you guys and to the kids.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Inside High School Sports. Oh, and I forgot to tell you. Oh, no, I'll finish, get it in the next break. Don't forget Sports Talk Saturday. Wow, just found out we had a very special listener for the Buffalo Bills. Already texted into Mike for the laces. Outstanding. Thank you, Mr. Alexander. And you did a great job on the scoreboard yesterday with your interview with Steve Tasker. That's the thing. We went to, by the way, welcome back to Inside High School Sports. Took Nick last night to the Buffalo Bills practice. And just like, guess who makes the Jumbotron? Nick. That was hysterical. We saw Sal Capaccio on the sidelines. We saw our buddy Harry Skull Jr. of the Buffalo News taking photographs. And Steve Tasker was going around interviewing players. He interviewed Lorenzo Alexander and Kyle Williams. I think I got to hear that.
I remember going to a Bills practice many years ago in the lower bowl, and Frank Reich was walking around signing autographs. I thought that was the coolest thing. I met Frank Reich when I was probably, I don't think it was Nick's age, a little older than that, but those are great things for the community, you know. Now, was that free to get in, or did you have to pay to get in there? Was it free tickets?
I
It
got
was free.
Was
Yeah,
it
we
free
were
there?
there too.
Okay.
Free tickets.
Nice.
And we, it was neat. It was just, you know, you watch, and what was really cool about it is they don't fool around. When you hear that horn go off, there's no walking to the next station. They run. And everything's just timed out perfect. They had a DJ. I thought the music was a bit loud. It was starting to,
I think
give
they
me a
did that on
headache.
purpose, though. I think the idea behind that is it was like a game day atmosphere because they were talking about how they want to do the play calls from the field. You know, you could hear it over the headset from the coach on the sideline. You know, that kind of thing. So I think they were trying to, you know, make it as game day like atmosphere as possible for the players and coaches.
That makes
So
a
you
lot
can
of
get
sense.
that down.
That makes a lot of sense. And they had a little boy that they brought out that they named honorary captain, and he was able to get an interception and return it for a touchdown, and the players were guiding him in the end zone. I thought that was pretty neat.
I thought I saw something. Did Peterman throw the interception?
I don't remember.
Oh.
That was bad, Frank. Ooh.
Hey, I'm just stating, just want to know,
I
that's
think
all.
it was
Right.
Ellen.
But it was a great time. You know, we had a lot of fun, and glad that we do it. Mike, spoke to you earlier about Laces Up for pediatric cancer. Now the Laces, it's going for 2 organizations, right?
Well, Nicole and I, when we decided we're gonna do a walk, we researched a bunch of different pediatric cancer awareness organizations. We thought Punt and Go for the Goal were 2 of the best in the whole country. And Punt is a local organization out of Buffalo, founded by former Buffalo Bills punter Brian Mormon. Another one is called Go for the Goal. They're in New Jersey, and they do so many wonderful things for families. If I could just share with you, Tony, your listeners, a couple of things they do. A lot of people don't realize many families who have kids who are suffering from cancer, either terminal or non-terminal, they go broke. They go broke because even though they have insurance, it costs anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month out of pocket. Just the other day, we were visiting Gwen Misiak, who is the director of Punt. She's telling me all these families go broke. So what Punt, Go for the Goal do, they pay for, they give them gas cards, they pay for funerals. They, when a child dies, they'll put a family up in a hospital for a week and bring in counselors and psychiatrists and psychologists to help the families grieve. Go for the Goal actually renovates wings of hospitals to make it more kid-friendly. And they do so many more things than that. You know, a couple years ago, my wife and I went to the Punt dinner. It was great seeing, so you mentioned Lorenzo Alexander. He was there, Kyle Williams was there, Colton Schmidt. There's so many Buffalo Bills who give back to the community. It was great seeing them support such a great cause. But Punt brought 15 families to talk, and these people, these mothers and fathers were literally in tears because they said they would be so lost without Punt and their help. They wouldn't know what to do. So, like I said, I'm involved in a number of charities, but I don't think there's any better cause than pediatric cancer.
I agree with that.
I like what Mike had said in the first segment about, these high school kids, get involved with your community now. Look at what something like that has done for a guy like Lorenzo Alexander. I mean, there's not a more recognizable Bill doing more in his own community right now than Lorenzo.
Right.
And he needs to be commended for that. And Brian Mormon, all the work he's done over the years for Buffalo, and then Ryan Miller, the goaltender for the Sabres that was here, did so much work for Roswell Park. They need to be commended, but you can learn that at the high school level too. And I think it's very important that these coaches maybe get on board with this, Mike. And I like what you did there. The first 15 to get in touch with Mike, they're going to get the gold shoelaces for their team. Get involved with your communities now because, let's face it, not a lot of the high school athletes, football players, basketball players, what have you, ever move on to play even college. So learn how to get involved with your community now, and here's a great opportunity to do that.
Oh, this is outstanding, and this is a great way. Like I said, it's not just, walk, or it's not just your fundraising, but you're bringing awareness. And I think in this case, that's probably as big as anything right now, as you said, because there's so little funding going towards these and helping these families. But thankfully, we have these organizations that are helping them.
They make such great points about getting involved in your community. This could be a great character builder for teams, could be team bonding. We're not looking for $1 million. We're charging $5 per kid under the age of 18. Adults are $20. I think everyone probably could afford $5. And the big thing is just character, just like I said, giving back to your community. Like I said, it's unfortunate that a lot of schools really don't do it. Like I said, I know a lot of coaches now are getting on board with character development, but here's your chance. Get a hold of me, and it's a perfect opportunity to do something really good. Jim Kelly said it best. He said, "Do something today for those who are fighting for their tomorrow."
Well put, absolutely well put. Now, you don't need specifically just a team. I mean, if there's the Glee Club, the chess club, if they want to get involved, they're more than welcome.
That's a great point, Tony. Yeah, we're looking for any individuals. We're even looking for people to serve on our committee, individuals, teams, the Glee Club, the chess club, Tiddlywink Club. It doesn't matter. Whoever wants to come out and get involved, we would love to have them.
Outstanding stuff.
Yeah, another great thing going on today, Tony, I believe right out Northtown Center, the Alex Rice Park is opening up today.
That's right.
Like 10 to 4, I believe it is. If you get a chance, go by there. Right in front of the Northtown Center ice rink, the Alex Price skate park is opened up. And there's a lot of activities and things to do for the kids today.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Good stuff, Nate. All right, and plus you'll have Buffalo Bills coverage all day long. Sabre News with their big trade.
Principal Skinner is here.
All that and more on. Well, Mike, I can't thank you enough for coming in today, and again to the CAPS organization for coming in. But you got to kind of, keep Johnny's emotions down now. I'm sure he's been tough to deal with at home, puffing out his chest and, hey, Dad, did you see my championship trophy? Have I showed you that in the last 5 minutes? So good luck with that.
Yeah, you guys, I'll tell you, Tony, you did a wonderful job taking over that team. It's a pressure situation, and to come out and beat a really good Whirlpool team like that, boy, you guys deserve all the credit. You really did a nice job. I know how it is. Coaching, sports, youth sports, and you pressed all right buttons. Great job.
And we had fun all year doing it. That was the neat part about this is, when we had practice, they showed up, they worked hard every day, and they had fun, and I had fun being around them, the joking around and things like that. It was terrific. We had great support from parents like you and the others, and I can't thank those parents enough for what they did this year. All right, that does it for us on Inside High School Sports. Don't forget, next week, we're going to start our high school football preview. Sports Talk Saturday is up next. We'll talk to you next week with more.
Have you ever signed up for cable or internet service for a specific monthly rate?